Hello and welcome to your astrological vibrations for Tuesday. What day is it? January 17th, 2017 by Gaia Blooming. I am Mimi and our energy mantra for today is my power arrives by the passion of my light. I'm going to have to get used to a new system and find a place where I can put my handy dandy notebook like Steve from Blue's Clues so I can see what's going on to help direct my train of thought. So we have the moon shifting into Libra today, and this moon in Libra is taking us through the final days of Sun in Capricorn. And I have to tell you, if you have not ever seen our GPS, I would encourage you to go check out GPS because we think we got really deep into this information and what this looks like as we finish up Capricorn, which rules the structure of things, which is helping us arrive in our purpose, show up in our purpose, which our purpose is shining our light, moving into that energy of our destiny. And then this moon in Libra, Sun in Capricorn, there's both of these cardinal energies. This moon in Libra is going to play with that cardinal T-square that we're still, playing with, working with. But it's helping us figure out this structure. And moon in Libra brings up the energy of balance, of harmony, justice even. And I think this is part of what we're moving forward through in this energy is really, gosh, I'm getting the message, finding justice for ourselves. And it's funny because I have the Avenger card. And so when I'm saying we're finding justice for ourselves, I don't feel like it is this Avenger energy, which is like the desire to balance the scales of justice and righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. I don't really feel like it's that kind of Avenger, but it's like, how am I showing up for me? How am I honoring the love I have for myself? How am I honoring this light that I carry within me? And like I said, we go really into this on GPS. But we have an interesting aspect today that I think is going to help us hone this process. We have Mars, which is in Pisces, Inconjunct, which is like we're not quite seeing eye to eye. We're kind of like coming at this at a weird angle. But we have that in conjunct Jupiter in Libra, 22 degrees. Master degree. So this is asking you to master something. And you know what where I'm feeling this pull apart, maybe in figuring out, like I said, we went into this, so it's so perfect. Going about, the Pisces energy, even Mars in Pisces has that energy of taking action and compassion and being forgiveness and like we're all one in union and all that energy that comes with Pisces. But we've been really focusing on our expansion with Jupiter and Libra of that self-love energy. And so I think this is where we may come up with that conundrum. Well, I love you, but this isn't working for me. And so it's going to be finding your balance, finding that justice within yourself that's right for you, that's in alignment for you in this energy. And it may feel a little wonky. It may not feel like you're completely doing what you're supposed to do is what the feeling. Like, am I being bad? Is this right? And I think that's one of those things. Like sometimes there's that duality in selfishness. Selfishness, when you are honoring yourself, that can be a really beautiful thing. And it can also be that energy where you're selfish and you're not seeing the big picture. So it's going to be, how do you find your balance in that energy? And one of these phrases that keeps coming through to me is, you can't be true to anybody else if you're not being true to yourself. That's basically exactly what it is. If you are putting everybody else before yourself, and this can be something that Libra can do, then you're not honoring your light. It's not honoring how you need to show up. Just the same, if it's always me, and you're not seeing where anybody else is showing up, you're not in that balance. So it's going to probably feel a little imbalanced with this energy. However, I think you're going to find your way through it. And it's funny because Nicole had this card on GPS, and this is so perfect. It's like, here, you have your roots. You're rooted in your light. You're rooting in your purpose. You're rooted in your own personal structure. You don't need somebody else to hold you. And yet here, as you bloom, as you show up in your light, as you show up in your destiny, here's where you mix and mingle. So it's really getting into the energy of your roots and supporting yourself in this energy. This is where your power will be. And this is how you are setting this structure as we finish up Capricorn for this, for 2017. This is going to be the end of Capricorn until, December. So we're finishing this up, to kick off this year cycle. How is your structure going to be rooted? And is it going to be rooted in your light, or are you going to get rooted in all the shoulds that everybody else tells you to be? And then here's what we have, all the shoulds, that morality card. Well, I shouldn't do this, I should do this. And it traps you. You need to have room to grow, room to expand your roots, room to expand your light, and room to expand your, what's the word? It's not fruiting. But you know what comes from a tree? Your fruitions. That's not the word either, but you get the picture. Room to expand in this purpose, but you've got to be grounded in yourself. We also have the moon today connecting to Mercury. Now this is at 3 degrees. So again, we have this expansion energy going on, but Mercury is reviewing these lessons. And so you may want to see where you are either being controlling in this, or you may be being controlled in this energy. Recognize that. Recognize where these cages are coming up. Where are these shoulds coming up? Is it your shoulds? Is it somebody else's shoulds? And how does this make you feel? Keep coming back into how this makes you feel, and then find your balance in this energy so that you can be true to yourself. So that is it. That's it astro-wise. I do have this laziness card. And I do want to say, you know, sometimes these processes, we overthink them, and the overthinking them is what makes them really so difficult. I think a lot of times when you allow yourself to be, you will naturally fall into this rooted place. So if you're getting stressed out, and if you're like, oh my God, I can't figure this out, I really don't know what's right and what's wrong, you're too much in this. Get a little lazy so that you can tune into yourself and let the answers come sink in for you, because you hold the wisdom. The wisdom is inherent. And again, I have the Avenger card. So the desire to balance the scales of justice. And I really think it's like the desire to balance your energies within. How are you showing up? Letting that be that important energy. Righteousness on behalf of society or oneself. Be true to you. You cannot be true to anybody else unless you're being true to yourself. So this Avenger is being like, be true to you. Shadow attribute, resorting to violence in the name of the cause. You're not responsible for anybody else. It's not up for you to tell, or words are all on the tip of my tongue today, force anybody into this is how you need to be. That's not your role. Your role is finding that balance in you, finding your light, finding your own support system, and then growing in and through this energy. Like I said, go check out GPS because we covered that magnificently in that energy. So that is it for today. Go book a reading if you'd like to dive in deeper at GaiaBlooming.com, or you can email me, mimiclark@gmail.com, and I will see you tomorrow. Namaste.